Greetings, peace, 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 beloveds, peace. This is your girl, Goddess Charisma, and I am coming to you guys with another vid. And this video, I'm just going to discuss a few things on the top of my head that I've been wanting to discuss. One, well, this is a royal decree against human trafficking, child trafficking, sex tourism, and child pedophilia. And this is like, I know it's a taboo subject, but it shouldn't be, because like talking about stuff that's happening at an alarming rate or happening at all should never shame the people that is bringing it to the light. The people that's doing it should be the ones that's being shamed, but they're not. They have no shame. So I seen an article where a serial child abuser or a sexual abuser of children was chemically castrated because they kept offending. He couldn't stop. So it comes to a point in society where the people have to snap into their right minds and demand better. Because when I hear of heinous acts, when I hear of deviant behavior, sexual deviancy, my thought is, who birthed them here? Like, what type of energy opened the gates for something like that to be manifested here in this plane? So, yeah, that's usually my first question. Like, I'm like, who birthed you? Who birthed this entity here? That we need to get to the root of it. Why was something like this let through the gates? Why? What being? What seeds and gatekeeper allowed this entity to come in? I'm trying to shine a light on that so that we know to what to look out for or to peep or whatnot. But anyways, the topic of childbirth and conception is a very mysterious topic, a very controversial topic, and there is a lot of womb envy, I would say as well too, because there are literally these scientists and people are trying to recreate the womb. They are taking uteruses from women and giving them to men that are trying to have babies, putting them in artificial intelligence. They are trying to create babies absent of the female vessel. And you know, they're not successful. And just know that if they were ever to be an inkling of what they tout as success, it's definitely not something you want to open to get. It's not going to be the same. It's not. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's prevalent now. Like, look at the effects of a lot of genetically modified things versus organic. Like, most people in their right mind would choose nature and organic things over something that's artificially created or something that is far removed from what it's supposed to be. And there are a lot of health effects in the long run. You know, maybe initially they cannot see, but we all know that best is nature. But anyways, it's my decree that it must cease and desist. It must stop. It must stop. Harming children must stop. This is not the world we're leaving. This is not the world we want. We accept it has to end, and it stops now. The whole thing around the whole predatory thing is diabolical, like with children and their innocence and taking that from them. And it's not righteous. It's not godly. It's not where we're headed. And it's crazy, you know, because there must be lots of checks and balances in a society that allows that. But obviously there is not happening. There's no checks and balances. It's just, you know. So the people must arise and demand better and do better of themselves and of their community. You know, the tribunals are taking place, and righteous judgment is winning and is prevailing, and that is what must be balanced and what must be, everything has to have a light shone on it. You know, so protect the babies, protect the children, and organizations such as these CPSs and all these government agencies that have a hand in child trafficking and these sex rings and these slavery rings of children. It's no different from chattel slavery, you know, it's no different. It's modern day slavery. And we also know that the prison system is also modern slavery, but that's a whole nother topic that we will get into. But I just wanted to let that be known that that stops. And we are no longer allowing the temples to birth heinous monsters here of our nightmare. We're not doing that. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow that, you know what I'm saying? Because we're better than that, right? Or, you know? You know, you birthing the world you want to see, the dream reality that you want. You birthing a facade, the illusions. We birthing something real, some change, something with some heart, something with, you know, higher being and cause, you know. That's just, it's like, no. Protect the children. If we living in a society that fails to protect children and that is attacking children, that is going after children, not just physically, but psychologically warfare, mentally destroying their guides, their safe havens, and putting them in harm's way. You know, granted, the larger picture of such terrible things happening to children is an alarming rate. It is forcing, through trauma, a certain genetic codes in some children, not all, but in some. You know, I digress from that. I'm not going to delve further into that topic. But even with them wanting to ignite CERN and open portals and all that kind of thing, you'll have to really ponder what are they searching for in these portals? Why is it so pertinent that they have control over timelines, over people? So it's not just about money a lot of times. Like, people see money, and the money they use, yes, it is not what it's supposed to be, because it is an intellectual property. It is a contract for even using what people are terming as money. And it's not, you know, let's be real. But you have to imagine, why is it that such a small fraction of people are manufacturing poverty and lack in specific demographics? It's not, of course, you know, we can say greed, but it's not where it's like, oh, they need that money, you know. No, it gets to a point they have so much of it that they can never spend it, and their descendants can never really spend it. What it's about making sure you don't have, making sure I have control over not just their livelihood, control over their whole being, control over their lives, their mentals, their souls. Look what they're willing to do. To escape the suffering induced by poverty. I can control this soul. I can collect souls. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm recording a video, sweetheart. What it's about? It's just, thank you. You can just, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's, I can collect souls by creating immense poverty in certain demographics and populations of people that hold certain genetic material and codes that I can use to my fancy. Now, this isn't a human doing this. Let's be clear. These are not humans doing this. Let's get this very clear. You might see the facade, the poster child of a certain demographic or a human that you'd be like, oh, that is a rich, wealthy person, and they got all this power and this money, and they are over this corporation, and they're doing X, Y, and Z, and they're raping the land, the minerals, and all of the countries, and they're poisoning the waters, and they're running a monopoly on everything, right? That is not a human. That is an entity. then you have to say to yourself, you know, who is it? What entity is doing that? Harnessing souls like that. Who are these beings doing that? Who are these beings pretending to be the creator, pretending to be God over people's lives, and puppeteer individuals for fiat? For fiat. You know, yes, we all need resources. We all need things to live comfortably. But some people are used to living with a lot less. Now, the Creator works through people. You know? So, I'm gonna end this video. I gotta go. Peace. I'm gonna do a part 2.